is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel for another In the Kitchen with Retro episode. And today I'm doing an updated chili recipe. I did a video about 4 or 5 years ago making homemade chili. So I've updated the recipe and the kitchen appliance that I'm using to cook it in. I'm using a pressure cooker today. So if you have a pressure cooker, you can basically have chili, ready to eat homemade chili in less than an hour, and that's combined prep time and cook time. So but the recipe works if you don't have a pressure cooker. Also, if you just want to do it on a pot on the stove, that works too. It'll just take longer because it takes chili longer to cook that way. So without further delay, let's head to the kitchen and let's get cooking. What is up, guys? Here we are. We're in the kitchen. That is my Cook's Essentials pressure cooker, plugged in and ready to go. Just waiting for the ingredients to be dropped in the pot there. But let's take a look at the ingredients here. We're making some chili today. This is an updated version of my chili. I did make a video a few years ago making chili, but this is an update to that recipe. It's you're more than welcome to check out that old video. It's still there. But yeah, this is just an updated version using a different equipment. Before I used they called it the Wonder Cooker. It was a product Chef Tony promoted. But this basically upgraded the equipment here, upgraded my cooker, and also upgraded the ingredients, because a lot of these ingredients are organic. I believe the only two items that are not organic are the onion and the mushrooms there. Yes, I did say mushrooms. That is also an update to additional ingredient. I actually will put mushrooms in my chili now. Not all the time, but sometimes. But I am going to use it in this video. So here's the ingredients. Let's start off with the chili seasoning there. That is the Simple Truth mild chili seasoning mix. I got 2 packets. Okay, and then there's the Simple Truth dark red kidney beans. That's the one I like to go with. Dark red kidney beans. I used to use Joan of Arc all the time, but in recent years I have made the switch to more organic foods. Just trying to be healthier. That's basically all there is to it. Red Gold diced. Yeah, in case you guys didn't know, Red Gold is organic, because whenever you see that non-GMO certified on there, I mean that means organic. So if it's non-GMO, then it can't be a non-GMO if it's not organic. Okay, so just know that. So over here we got the Simply Nature ground beef. This is 100% grass fed. You can see it right there. That's basically the healthiest form of hamburger you can get, is grass fed. That's really a big deal, they say. I mean, it is a little bit more expensive, but you're gonna have that with organic. I got half of a red onion and then some mushrooms there. So those are white mushrooms, even though they're not completely white, but they got a little bit of brown spots. But I promise you, they're plenty good. I got them in a bowl ready right now because got some water in there. See that? With mushrooms, in case you didn't know, mushrooms you definitely want to wash them off, rinse them off. So I'm like soaking them in water, trying to get the dirt out a little bit. So yeah, that's all the ingredients that I'm going to require to make this chili. So let me get my tripod set up here, and we'll get started. Okay, so we're back in the kitchen here. Okay, so I got the tripod set up here and we're ready to go. So let's go ahead and hit this the browning feature on the pressure cooker there, because you can. Because it's not just a pressure cooker. You can like you can brown your meat, but you can yeah, it's a pretty cool device, pretty cool contraption. But let's go ahead and get this hamburger open and get it in there, and got to brown it. That's the first step. So we're going to do this in real time as far as all the prep goes. I will pause the video during the cooking process when I initiate the pressure cooking. But yeah, let's put this in there. Got some Revenge of Shinobi playing in the background. The soundtrack, I found it on YouTube, so got it playing. Hopefully it's not too loud. Just like to have a little bit of noise in the background. I don't know if, are you guys the same? I don't like silence. I guess I like some kind of little noise in the background. Just I don't know if it's too silent and I can hear my ears ring, I think. So I'm using 2 pounds here. Yeah, this hamburger's from Aldi's. I never used to shop at Aldi's much, but here recently I have been, as far as like stuff like this, because they do have organic food. Ooh. Oh wow. Yeah, I get the beef, I get the lamb from there, ground lamb. I'm going to be making some lamb gyros here in the future. I'm going to do a video on that. So I got my hamburger in there, so let's cut this onion up. Still rocking the chop and scoop. Still got my Miracle Blade set from, I'm going to say about 5 years ago now. I did a video when I got that set. It's the Miracle Blade 3, the Perfection series. So they're still holding up. So I just do now this is similar to my old video. I just do, when it comes to the onions, I just do a rough chop. So just like it says, chop and scoop it up. Put it in there. Now, I actually don't know what this thing is called. I just call it a chopper, I guess. I'm sure there's some other kind of name for it. If you guys know what this thing is called, let me know what it is in the comments. But I got this at Walmart, I believe. But yeah, it's just like you would think, it's for chopping up your ground beef, getting it nice and to your liking, basically. Yeah, I'll probably do a little bit more, toss a little bit, but I'm gonna put that lid on it now, the slow cooking lid. That lets some it'll steam it, and it'll cook up quicker. Actually, before I do that, let's go ahead and let's get some. Yeah, let's try something different here. Yeah, in the tradition of Robert Irvine's teaching, we're going to stay classic and put some salt and pepper in it. This is pink Himalayan salt I'm using right now. And some just regular ground pepper. Now if you want to be fancier, you can, and you want to grind the pepper yourself, you're more power to you. I do that sometimes. I don't always do that. Sometimes I just get the pre-ground pepper. So I'm going to get these mushrooms on here now. Gotta cut them up. will show you guys the water there, so you guys can see. Let's flip my screen around. That's the water that the mushrooms were in. So as you can see, it's definitely you know, you definitely want to rinse and wash the mushrooms off, because they do have, you know, they're not pre-washed or anything. Usually, like the ones I get anyway. So you definitely want to rinse them, and I soak them in that, because to me it gets it even better when they soak in there a little bit like that. Let's see, I do need a spoon here. Yeah, you do need a spoon to toss it around. You can hear that sizzling. I don't know, hope you guys can hear that. I think I'll give it another little dash of pink Himalayan salt, since I tossed the meat around. A little bit more pepper in there. Make Robert Irvine proud here. Salt and pepper it. I remember watching this show years ago, Restaurant Impossible. You know, he would taste the food at these restaurants where he was trying to help them out. He, you know, that was one of the first things he would do, would taste the food and see how their food is, number one. And a lot of times it didn't have much flavor to it, and he'd be like, "Have you heard of salt and pepper? You know, hello?" That's like a, you know, people that are classically trained. That's like one of the first things they teach you. You know, salt and pepper to season your meat, and you know, just adds flavor to it. So, all right, let's cut these mushrooms up. And again, I'm just doing a rough chop on these as well. I don't want to, you know, mince them up by any means. I want some size to them, some size and you know, width to them there. Because for me, and it's the same with the meat. I don't like chop it real fine. I kind of just do a rough chop on, you know, the meat, the onions, and the mushrooms here, because again, this is all personal preference, right? But for me, I guess I like the texture. You know, I like to. It all comes down to be, you know, like where it's like a hearty. To me, chili is supposed to be thick and hearty. You know, not like really minced up and chopped up fine and soupy. So, and yeah, there is a difference between, you know, what they call soup and chili. Like chili is something else, you know. It's like, because soup, you got like, you know, chicken noodle soup, tomato soup, potato soup. There's all kinds of soups out there. But chili is kind of a different animal, the different beast. It's like I said, it's not just a soup. To me, chili is like a meal in itself. All right. Now most of the times I do like to add a grilled cheese sandwich to go with chili. I just think it's a great. I just think chili and a grilled cheese sandwich go together like, you know, bullets and guns. Okay, so that's kind of how I feel about it. So we're gonna give that a little. So yeah, I like my meat. You know, some least not like huge, not like a huge meatball size, but you know, definitely just not like minced meat either. So kind of somewhere in the middle there, but definitely some chunks, some decent sized chunks to it. I just think that makes it more hearty. So I'm going to go ahead and put these mushrooms in here. And that's the cool thing, guys, about this organic meat, the grass-fed beef from Aldi's, is it is pretty lean, okay, to the point where it's not like your traditional regular hamburger you get in the store where where there's so much grease where you have to drain it. This actually, I'm literally not going to drain this. It's like, that's why I'm throwing everything in here. I'm just adding stuff right now. But how cool is that, right? You just brown it, and there is a little bit of grease, of course, but it's very lean. But it's got, and a little grease is okay. And then again, in case you didn't know, grease does give flavor, right? So it's just got just enough to where you get that flavor, but it's not like, where it's to the point where, it's gross where where you should drain it. If you're using just regular hamburger, and you'll see it. It's a lot of grease, and you definitely don't want that in there. Too much grease, all right? So I think the next thing I'm going to do is open this can of tomato juice. Now you can use whatever kind of juice you want. In the past I've used like V8 juice. That's always a good. And then if I was making sometimes I would do a combo, use V8 and tomato. Like this was back when my kids were at home and I had a family and we had a lot of mouths to feed. Okay, so what that would be, I'm basically making a half of a batch compared to what I used to years ago. But yeah, I would use V8 plus tomato juice, but you can do either or both, whatever you want to do. But yeah, for this time, I'm just doing the red gold tomato juice here. Yep, I use the old school do it by hand can opener there. It's like I never really was a fan of the electric can openers. So yeah, that is looking really good, and it's smelling. I'm already smelling it here. So let's go ahead and dump that tomato juice in there. And I'm going to go ahead and throw these seasoning packets in next. Yeah, this is actually my first time using this Simple Truth chili seasoning packet. I've always, it's like they're the organic brand, and once I just seen it recently, and I was like, all right, because I buy Simple Truth stuff a lot anyway, but very excited when I saw this. They had the Simple Truth seasoning packets. Let's stir that first one in first, and then that way it's not all there together like. Oh yeah, starting to already look good. I love chili. It's one of my favorite foods. And being that we're right smack in the dab of winter, yeah, this is the time of year to have it, really. I remember watching a video years ago. I forget the lady's name, but she talked about like eating like according to the season, right? So like, yeah, chili would be like, something hot and hearty. It's definitely something definitely something good for eating during the winter time when it's cold outside. It's definitely not that you couldn't eat it any time of the year, but just winter just seems more appropriate, I guess. A lot of people want it more in the winter than they would, like, say, on a hot summer day, right? So that's what I'm getting at. So next here we got the tomatoes. Now with this tomatoes here, I'm just dumping everything in there, juice and all. That adds a little bit of juice to it. Yep, just one can of tomatoes. And again, if you like more tomatoes, hey, if you love tomatoes and you want more, go for it. This is this isn't the official, hey, you have to do it like by the book this way. It's like, hey, this is just how I'm doing it this time, and I myself, I change it up sometimes. So hey, changing it up is, it's fine, completely fine to do. Okay, now with these dark red kidney beans, I am going to drain those because it's like a clear liquid. And it's not very. There's no really like flavor in it. So yeah, I'm definitely going to get my cute as a button Betty Crocker strainer here and strain those. So let's get the camera here so you guys can see me do it. Alrighty. So yep, it's gonna see that it's like a clear liquid. It's like, yeah, it's really no flavor. So, and it's, I don't know, the thought of it's even kind of little, it's just not appealing. Let's just put it that way, in my opinion. So drain it there, and I'm gonna rinse them off. That way it's, most of that's off of there. Because again, not only is the that clear liquid not that tasty or appealing, but also again it's liquid. It's going to make it more soupy, and I don't want that. I got enough. I got all the liquid in there I want. Now I just want the the solid beans there. So let's go ahead and add that to it. Okay, so we're ready to add these beans here. Dark red kidney beans, that's my personal preference. So this is a 4-quart pot. So you see how that's like, for this size of cooking vessel, everything I added, that's like the perfect amount, because you can see it. There's just a maybe an inch left to go, so you don't want to do any more, because again, especially since this is a pressure cooker, if I had it like clear to the brim, it probably would be a mess. It would probably be down in the crevices there after it was done and everything. So alright, so let's only left thing to do is, this is my the lid here. This is the pressure cooker lid. So put it on there, lock it, and gotta hit cancel there because it's still on the browning, and just hit the chili button. That's the cool thing about this this cooker. It's got, it's got button settings for different foods. So you got the browning setting. That's what I just was using, the brown. So you got soup, chili, rice. That's pressure clock time, pot roast, slow cook low, rice. So definitely I'd cook rice in this thing. It's like I said, and these are like, all you do is hit that button. It's like preset, so you don't have to worry about figuring out time and this and that, how long to do it. Especially with rice is like, rice can be a tough one. And then this up here is either the cancel or keep warm setting. So if you got something in there, like, or if you make the chili and it's done, it'll automatically go to that keep warm. So you could like be keeping it warm all day if you want, right? So there you go. It's the pressure cooker is activated. So it's gotta do its thing now. So I'm going to pause the video for right now, and then once it is complete, once it goes off and it's ready, I'll be back. So I'm going to hit my stopwatch here. I'm going to time it how long it takes for the chili to be done, for the for the pressure cooker to be done when you on the chili setting. So I'm going to keep it running here, and then we'll see where we're at once the pressure cooker goes off and says it's done. Let's see how long it takes. There, the pressure cooker just went off. It's automatically went to the warm setting. "26 minutes and 33 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and just say a half an hour total, because I'm going to say it took about 4 minutes, because when you hit the pressure cooker, when you activate the pressure cooker, whatever you're cooking, rice or the chili, it does take a few minutes to heat up and build the pressure, right? The pressure has to build up before the countdown starts, basically. So I'm going to say a half an hour. So yeah, 30 minutes total once you got all the ingredients in the pot. So 30 minutes of cook time. I'm going to say maybe 15 minutes of prep time. Hey, and so unless definitely less than an hour, you can have some homemade awesome tasty chili. So let's go ahead and break the seal here and open it up. Let's zoom in there. Now, so I got to release the steam here, release the pressure. I couldn't resist. Boy, I'm really smelling that. Wow. That is some smell. That is like releasing that steam there. You guys can see that. That's where it's coming out right there. That's the release valve. Well, that had a lot of pressure buildup, huh? Listen to all that. That's still going. Yeah, this definitely is a purchase I'm glad I made. It's this pressure cooker. This is my first one I've ever owned. This was a QVC purchase. So I seen that on there with David Venable and the Blue Jean Chef. I forget her real name, but that's what they call her, the Blue Jean Chef. She was on there with him promoting this. So let's see. See if that's. Yep, that's still going. But yeah, definitely it's a faster way to cook chili. Now, of course, if you don't have a pressure cooker, then you can just put a pot on top of your stove, and you can do it the old school way. But yeah, ever since I got this pressure cooker and you can have it done and it cooks so quick, I just love it. It's not to say I'll never cook a pot of chili on top of the stove. I may do that still. It's like I changed it up. There's no you know, just because I like this, just because I get this cool new device or new cooking contraption, doesn't mean I'll never do things the old way. You know, I don't think I ever will be that way. You know, sometimes you just want a bit of nostalgia and be like, yeah, let's do it the old school way, the way we used to, and that sort of thing. All right, I think the steam is just about done. Yep, there's the. Whenever you can move that lid like that, that means the pressure is released. Ooh, look at that. Hope you guys can see that. Look at that bubbling. Let's get a spoon here and stir it up. So see, there's plenty of liquid still there, right? But it's, hope you can see that chunkiness, that just good old hearty chunkiness. That's to me, that's chili. You know, now all I need to do is do me a get me a grilled cheese sandwich, a few crackers, because I don't like it like really dry, you know, because my daughters, they I think they would use a full sleeve of crackers between the two of them, so they would each use like a half of a sleeve of crackers in their bowl of chili, so it would basically be like a paste, almost like a refried bean consistency, right? Like that was definitely thick. There was no juice left. The crackers absorbed it all. So that's, hey, at the time, you know, hey, as long as they were eating it and not wasting it, and that's what it took for them to eat it. Hey, I was fine, you know, fine with it. But yeah, personally for me, I can do like a little bit of crackers, but I don't want it like that extreme. But anyways, that's how I do my chili in the pressure cooker. Pretty cool, huh? That's 66. That just goes. That's just when it's. Yeah, that's keep warm. That's the keep warm button, and it just lights up 66. That's when you know it's on the keep warm. But yeah, chili in the pressure cooker. 30 minutes cook time, not bad. We are back in the Sega room. Hope you guys enjoyed that video and spending some time with me in the kitchen. Let me know in the comments what you think of my recipe, of my updated recipe. You know, and you're welcome to check out that old video I did. It's still a good, you know, it's still a good one, recipe to go by, and it's not that much different actually. I mean, you'll notice some difference if you watch both of them. I will say, yeah, this updated version, it's probably one I will, you know, lean towards versus that old one. But, you know, every now and then, it's like, I like to change things up, you know, so it's like, I'm not saying I never would do it that old recipe and that old way. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of that recipe. I know it might sound different, putting mushrooms in chili. And I never really liked mushrooms, well, except for the wild mushrooms you find in the woods, you know, like only in the springtime, like around here in Ohio. It's like the last couple weeks of April and the first 2 weeks of May is like, there's like these wild mushrooms, or like a sponge type mushroom that grows in the woods around here. Like, I always loved those kind of mushrooms. That was like growing up, we made a meal out of those. Like my grandma just would, you know, soak the mushrooms in salt water overnight and then just like roll it in flour. You know, when it came time to cook it, she'd roll it in flour and then just like fry it in the skillet in butter. So yeah, it was like a meal just in this and that. But other than those type mushrooms, I didn't really like, you know, the white mushrooms or portobello mushrooms for the longest time. But just as I've gotten older, you know, I sometimes will give things a second look. you know, like I did the Wii, right? You know, many years later after it came out. But yeah, recently I've become a fan of really all types of mushrooms. Just, you know, you gotta cook them, and you know, you gotta cook them. If you put them and add them to something, add them to some kind of recipe. You know, it just adds texture, it adds a little bit of flavor, and yeah, I like it because, like I said, with chili, I don't like it like runny. You know, like a lot of soups are. So to me, chili is supposed to be thick and hearty. And so adding the mushrooms just adds more texture and makes it like that. So that's kind of where I got that from. And they are good for you, you know. Mushrooms are. So, but yeah, if this is your first time to the channel, tap that subscribe button down there and hit the bell next to it, ding ding, and that way you'll be notified when I upload new videos. So yeah, tap that like. It really helps the channel out. And this, you know, the YouTube search results. That way other people can, you know, find my videos easier. And yeah, check out my other videos. I cover a wide range of topics on this channel. I'm not just a one-trick pony. So I like to change it up and have a little bit of variety, you know, because I think variety is the spice of life, as they call it. And also, if you guys have any ideas, you know, that you would like me to try, as far as like, you know, certain meals or dishes that you would like me to, you know, do a video on, you know, by all means, leave a comment below, and yeah, I'll look into it, you know, because I like trying new things, you know, so I'm always glad to hear from you guys and your ideas. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. Stay safe out there, happy cooking, and until next time, keep it retro.